The Quest for the Ender Crystals. Chapter 1. The Call to Adventure. The village of Birchwood was nestled in the heart of a sprawling Minecraft world. Towering oak trees stretched their leafy limbs toward the azure sky, their roots snaking through the rich, fertile soil. Creeks meandered through the landscape, their waters glistening under the warm, pixelated sun. In this tranquil corner of the overworld, Alex was known as a steadfast member of the community, renowned for their resourcefulness and keen sense of adventure. They had spent countless hours delving deep into the earth, unearthing precious diamonds and emeralds, and crafting magnificent structures that stood as testaments to their creativity. Yet, amidst the towering treehouses and grand farms, an insatiable curiosity tugged at the corners of their mind, urging them to seek more than the confines of Birchwood. One crisp morning, as Alex was meticulously tending to their melon farm, the peaceful serenity was interrupted by the arrival of a stranger. His cloak, tattered and faded, bore the signs of countless journeys through the Minecraft world. His eyes, ancient and wise, held secrets from time immemorial. The villagers gathered around as the stranger, known as Hermit Wren, began to speak. His voice was a low, gravelly rumble that carried an air of mystery. "Good people of Birchwood," Hermit Wren began, "I come bearing a message from a land unknown, a realm known as the Ender Realm. It is said to be a place of unparalleled riches and power, but it remains hidden from all but those who possess the fabled Ender crystals." The crowd stirred with excitement and curiosity. Alex's heart quickened, sensing the promise of adventure in the air. Hermit Wren continued, his eyes locking onto Alex's with a knowing intensity. "In my travels, I stumbled upon this ancient map," he revealed, unfurling a crinkled parchment that had seen more than its share of trials. The map depicted a realm of obsidian spires and shimmering portals, a place uncharted by all but the bravest souls. "As the legends tell, the Ender crystals hold the key to unlocking the portal to the Ender Realm," Hermit Wren said, his voice hushed with reverence. "But they are scattered throughout the overworld, hidden in the darkest corners, and guarded by formidable challenges." Alex's hands trembled with excitement as they gazed upon the intricate map. The villagers exchanged glances, their imaginations ignited by the prospect of untold treasures and uncharted territories. The sun dipped lower in the sky, casting long shadows across the village square, and as Hermit Wren concluded his message, his eyes remained fixed on Alex. "The Ender crystals are not for the faint of heart, but I see in you, young one, the spark of a true adventurer. Will you heed the call to find the Ender crystals and unlock the secrets of the Ender Realm?" A hush fell over the crowd as all eyes turned to Alex. The weight of the decision pressed upon their shoulders, the allure of the unknown beckoning them forward. With a determined nod, Alex stepped forward, the first rays of the setting sun bathing them in a warm, golden light. "I will," they declared, their voice filled with conviction. "I will gather a team, and together we shall embark on this quest to find the Ender crystals and unlock the secrets of the Ender Realm." The village erupted in cheers and applause, and Hermit Wren nodded approvingly. The stage was set, and the journey to uncover the Ender crystals had begun, setting in motion a grand adventure that would take Alex and their companions to the farthest reaches of Minecraft's blocky world. Chapter 2. Gathering the Team. The old traveler's cryptic message hung heavy in the air, a puzzle that demanded solving. As the village bustled with life, Alex knew they needed to find allies, individuals skilled and daring enough to embark on the treacherous quest for the Ender crystals. With determination burning in their eyes, Alex set out to gather this band of adventurers, each as unique as the pixels that made up their world. The first on Alex's list was Steve, known throughout the village as the resourceful miner. He was often seen returning from the depths of the earth, carrying not only precious ores, but tales of the underworld's dangers. Alex found Steve deep within a labyrinthine cave system, surrounded by walls of stone illuminated by the flickering light of torches. Steve, Alex called out, their voice echoing through the cavern. I need your expertise. We're going on a journey to the Ender Realm. Steve turned, his pickaxe in hand, and squinted in the dim light. Ender Realm, you say? That's a perilous place, Alex. Count me in. Alex grinned, relieved to have their first ally. Excellent. We're meeting the others at the village square at dawn. Next, they sought out Olivia, the enigmatic enchantress, known for her mastery of potions and spells. Her dwelling was a cottage nestled within an eerie forest. Vines entwined themselves around trees, and bioluminescent mushrooms cast a soft, otherworldly glow. Inside, Alex found Olivia hunched over her alchemical table, brewing an iridescent elixir. The air was thick with the scent of herbs and arcane ingredients. When she turned to face Alex, her eyes sparkled with curiosity. Alex, what brings you here? Olivia inquired, her fingers tracing patterns in the air. Enderrealm, Alex replied. I believe it's time for the world to know its secrets. I need your magic to keep us safe. Olivia nodded solemnly. Very well. The enchantment shall be ready by dawn. The gathering continued with Axel, a warrior of unmatched prowess. He could be found in the village's training grounds, his strikes resounding like thunder against wooden dummies. Alex approached him as he finished a punishing sparring match. Alex, Axel greeted with a warrior's nod. I've heard whispers of your quest. I'm in. No one stands a chance against us. Their final recruit, Maya, was an inventive redstone engineer. Her workshop was a masterpiece of gears, levers, and contraptions. The place hummed with the energy of countless devices. Alex explained their mission, and Maya's eyes lit up with enthusiasm. An adventure of this magnitude? She exclaimed. I've been itching to put my machines to the test. I'm with you. With the team assembled, they gathered in the village square as the first rays of dawn kissed the horizon. Steve's mining helmet gleamed, Olivia's enchanted staff shimmered, Axel's blade gleamed menacingly, and Maya's backpack brimmed with gadgets. Together, they stood resolute, bound by a common purpose, to unlock the secrets of the Inner Realm and protect their world from the unknown threats it might hold. The journey was about to begin, and as they gazed at the distant horizon, they knew that the adventure ahead would test their courage, skills, and friendship like never before. Chapter 3: Perils in the Dense Forest. The morning sun cast a warm, golden glow on the dense forest that lay ahead of Alex and their newly assembled team. Steve, with his trusty pickaxe slung over his shoulder, took the lead. Towering oak trees blocked out much of the daylight, their thick canopies creating an almost twilight-like atmosphere below. Alex's heart quickened as they entered the forest's embrace. Their first challenge lay ahead, a labyrinth of twisting vines and undergrowth that threatened to entangle the unwary. Maya, the redstone engineer, took out a pair of shears, slicing through the overgrown foliage that threatened to ensnare them. Careful, Olivia, the enchantress, whispered. This forest holds secrets and dangers of its own. Just as her words hung in the air, a faint rustling echoed through the underbrush. Axel, the fearless warrior, raised his sword defensively. From the shadows emerged a group of hostile mobs, skeletal archers with bows drawn, hissing creepers, and screeching zombies. The battle was fierce, arrows whizzing through the air, and explosions sending dirt and leaves flying. Axel swung his sword with precision, Steve mined for cobblestone to craft impromptu barriers, and Olivia's enchantments protected the team from harm. After what felt like an eternity, the last mob fell, and the forest fell silent once more. Alex caught their breath, surveying the battleground. The forest path ahead seemed even darker, more foreboding than before. The adventurers pressed on, now acutely aware that their journey held dangers beyond the dense foliage. Chapter 4: The Labyrinthine Desert. Emerging from the forest, the adventurers found themselves at the edge of a vast desert, its dunes stretching into the horizon like waves frozen in time. The searing sun bore down upon them as the sand shifted beneath their feet, making each step a challenge. Maya's keen eyes spotted a peculiar formation of sandstone pillars ahead. "I've heard tales of desert temples," she said, her voice filled with excitement. "There might be valuable relics within." Approaching the temple, they discovered a puzzle of pressure plates and hidden compartments. Steve, the miner, took the lead, carefully testing each plate with a stone. One wrong step, and the temple's booby traps would be triggered. The adventurers worked together to decipher the temple's secrets, avoiding pitfalls and unlocking the chambers. Inside, they found treasures of gold and enchanted artifacts, but more importantly, a clue that pointed them closer to the location of the ender crystals. As they left the temple, night fell, and the desert landscape transformed into a realm of darkness. The team huddled together around a campfire, Olivia's magical flames warding off the hostile mobs that roam the desert at night. Chapter 5: Frozen Tundra's Riddle. The following morning, the team ventured into a frozen tundra, the icy wind cutting through their armor like a knife. Their breaths hung in the frigid air, forming misty clouds before their faces. The tundra seemed barren, but Maya's engineering skills detected unusual patterns in the ice formations. She meticulously chiseled away at the frozen surface, revealing intricate puzzles etched into the ice. "These symbols are a riddle," she explained, tracing her fingers over the mysterious patterns. "They hold the key to the next stage of our journey." As the team deciphered the riddle, the tundra came alive with hidden dangers. Ice-spiked creatures emerged from beneath the snow, and the adventurers had to fend them off while solving the puzzle. Axel's sword sliced through ice blocks, Steve created makeshift shields from the frozen ground, and Olivia's enchantments protected them from freezing. With the riddle solved and the icy threats defeated, a hidden cavern was revealed beneath the tundra. It led them deeper into the earth, and as they descended, they couldn't help but wonder what other challenges and secrets awaited them in this mysterious world. The journey was only beginning, and the adventurers were growing ever closer to their ultimate goal, the Ender Crystals. Chapter 6: Into the Dense Forest. The sun hung low on the horizon, casting a warm, golden hue across the dense forest that lay before our intrepid adventurers. Tall, moss-covered trees loomed like ancient sentinels, their gnarled roots tangling the forest floor. Alex led the way, machete in hand, chopping through the underbrush as Steve followed closely behind, eyes scanning the earth for resources. As they ventured deeper into the woods, Olivia, the enchantress, whispered incantations, her fingers trailing patterns in the air. The leaves above rustled with approval, casting dappled shadows over the path. Axel, the warrior, walked beside her, alert for any signs of danger. Maya, the engineer, inspected the surroundings, looking for clues hidden in the natural world. The forest seemed alive with secrets. They encountered mystical creatures, like fairies, that flitted among the branches, and whispering will-o'-the-wisps that guided them along hidden trails. The team's camaraderie grew as they shared stories, by the campfire at night, tales of distant lands and epic battles. Chapter 7: The Enchanted Oasis. Emerging from the forest, the adventurers stumbled upon a breathtaking oasis nestled in a sweltering desert. Towering palms shaded a crystal clear pool, shimmering with enchantment. Olivia's magic confirmed that this was no ordinary oasis. It held a clue. Axel and Steve immediately set to work, digging for ancient artifacts beneath the sands, while Maya constructed a rudimentary machine to filter water from the oasis. With the knowledge gathered from their findings, Olivia inscribed cryptic symbols into the sand, invoking the spirits of the desert to guide them on their journey. The desert brought both peril and wonder. Sandstorms threatened to engulf them, and they discovered hidden pyramids filled with traps and treasure. Despite the dangers, their bond strengthened. They laughed, danced, and shared dreams beneath the starry desert sky. Chapter 8: Frosty Trails. Their path next led them into a frigid tundra, where snow and ice stretched as far as the eye could see. Maya's knowledge of redstone came to the forefront as she crafted heated suits to keep them warm. Steve's mining skills proved invaluable as he uncovered hidden caves and icy dungeons, and Axel's bravery shone as he fended off polar bears and icy terrors. It was during a treacherous snowstorm that they stumbled upon a frozen temple guarded by fierce guardians. Inside, they found the next clue, an ancient map etched onto an icy altar. The team huddled around the map, plotting their course through blinding snowflakes, knowing that each step brought them closer to their elusive goal. The tundra taught them the value of resilience, and they huddled together for warmth, sharing stories of their pasts. The once strangers had become a family of adventurers, bound by their quest. Chapter 9: Secrets of the Deep. Leaving the tundra behind, they ventured into a lush, swampy biome teeming with life and mystery. The air was thick with humidity, and the murky waters hid untold secrets beneath their surface. Maya, fascinated by the intricate ecosystem, built a floating laboratory to study the exotic flora and fauna. Olivia brewed potions to counteract the swamp's hazards, and Steve's mining prowess proved helpful once again as they excavated long-lost treasures buried beneath the muck. Axel's warrior skills protected them from the swamp's indigenous creatures, and the team navigated through winding waterways and hidden groves. In this eerie and enchanting biome, their camaraderie deepened even further. They shared the eerie beauty of bioluminescent mushrooms, the eerie calls of the swamp creatures, and the thrill of discovering an ancient, sunken ruin that held a fragment of the Ender Crystal's legend. Chapter 10: The Volcanic Descent. The adventurers' journey led them to the base of a towering volcano, its peak wreathed in swirling ash and smoke. This treacherous biome tested their courage and resourcefulness to the limit. Maya, undeterred by the looming danger, devised a series of contraptions to navigate the perilous terrain. They discovered that the volcano held more than just molten lava. It concealed tunnels of obsidian and precious ores. Steve's expertise in mining proved indispensable once more, and Axel's agility kept them from falling victim to the scorching lava flows. Olivia's magic provided a protective barrier against the searing heat. As they delved deeper into the volcano, they found ancient cave paintings that hinted at the Ender Crystal's location. The air grew hotter, and the team's resolve was tested like never before. But their bonds remained unbreakable, and they pressed on, determined to unlock the secrets of the Minecraft world and the legendary Ender Crystals. Chapter 11: Shadows and Unity. As the team delved deeper into their quest for the Ender Crystals, an unspoken tension began to weave its way through their once united group. The days had grown longer, and the nights darker, mirroring the growing unease that settled over the adventurers. Alex, once the natural leader, found their decisions increasingly challenged. Steve, driven by an insatiable greed for precious ores, clashed with Olivia, who insisted on conserving their magical resources for emergencies. Axel, proud of his combat prowess, grew frustrated with Maya's meticulous planning, deeming her innovations unnecessary. Their campfires, once lively with laughter and shared stories, now crackled with a strained silence. Suspicion lurked behind every glance, and the camaraderie that had initially bound them together seemed to wither beneath the weight of mounting disagreements. One night, as the moon hung low and the stars flickered above, their simmering conflicts boiled over. A heated argument erupted between Steve and Olivia, their voices echoing through the dense forest. Steve accused Olivia of hoarding her enchanted potions, while Olivia accused him of reckless behavior, endangering them all for the sake of shiny minerals. Alex attempted to mediate, but their words fell on deaf ears. Axel, frustrated by the discord, sided with Steve, only intensifying the rift within the group. Maya, usually the voice of reason, withdrew into herself, tinkering with her redstone devices in an attempt to escape the mounting hostility. Amidst the bickering, a distant growl rumbled through the forest. The ground trembled beneath their feet as a pack of Endermen, angered by the disturbance, closed in on their campsite. Realizing the imminent danger, the group momentarily set aside their differences and fought back the Endermen, their survival depending on their ability to work as one. Chapter 12: The Fractured Alliance. The battle against the Endermen served as a brief respite, but the underlying tension persisted. The rift between the adventurers seemed irreparable, their unity shattered like glass. Alex, burdened by the weight of leadership, sought counsel from an unexpected source, the mysterious old traveler who had set them on this quest. He shared tales of ancient alliances and fractured friendships, warning of the dangers of discord in the face of adversity. With newfound determination, Alex called a council beneath the boughs of an ancient, towering oak tree. Each member of the team was given a chance to voice their concerns, grievances laid bare in the moonlight. Steve, his eyes heavy with remorse, admitted to his greed and recklessness, acknowledging the folly of his ways. Olivia, her voice steady, expressed her fear for the group's safety and her desire to protect them all. Axel, ever the warrior, admitted to his impatience, realizing the value of Maya's careful planning. Maya, usually soft-spoken, surprised them all with her wisdom. She described how their differences, rather than tearing them apart, could be their greatest strength. Each member brought a unique perspective and skill to the team. If they could learn to appreciate and respect those differences, they could overcome any challenge that lay ahead. Chapter 13: Bonds Reforged. In the wake of their heart-to-heart conversation, the team found renewed purpose. The tension that had threatened to tear them apart instead became the glue that bound them together. They embraced their differences, recognizing the value in each other's skills and perspectives. Steve, once obsessed with shiny ores, shared his knowledge with Olivia, teaching her the art of mining efficiently while preserving resources. Olivia, in turn, enchanted Steve's tools, imbuing them with protective spells. Axel, humbled by his impatience, learned patience from Maya, watching in awe as she meticulously crafted intricate redstone contraptions to solve problems they encountered on their journey. Their renewed alliance was put to the test as they faced escalating dangers. Hostile mobs grew more formidable, and the landscapes they traversed became increasingly treacherous. But now, when challenges arose, they faced them together, their bond stronger than ever before. Chapter 14: Trials of Unity. Their newfound unity was put to the ultimate test when they stumbled upon a vast desert, its sands stretching endlessly in every direction. Dehydration and exhaustion threatened them, as they searched for an oasis rumored to house a vital clue about the location of the ender crystals. Days turned into nights, and hope wavered, but the team refused to yield. Together, they devised a plan. Steve used his keen sense for geology to locate underground water sources. Maya crafted ingenious contraptions to distill the water. Olivia enchanted their armor to protect against the scorching sun. And Axel stood guard, fending off mobs that roamed the desert in the darkness. Their teamwork paid off. With newfound determination, they pressed on, their spirits unyielding despite the harsh conditions. As they reached the oasis, they discovered an ancient inscription that hinted at the Ender Crystal's location, filling them with a renewed sense of purpose. Chapter 15: The Test of Trust. Guided by the oasis's revelation, the team ventured into a labyrinthine jungle, its dense foliage hiding both secrets and dangers. As they navigated the twisting vines and hidden pitfalls, they encountered a series of trials meant to test their trust in one another. In one trial, they had to cross a rickety bridge suspended over a chasm. Each plank seemed on the verge of collapsing, yet they had no choice but to rely on one another. With heart-stopping moments and bated breath, they made it across, their trust in their companions solidifying with each step. Another trial involved deciphering ancient puzzles that required a combination of Steve's geological knowledge, Olivia's magical expertise, Axel's strength, and Maya's inventive mind. The puzzles were complex, but their unity proved unassailable. With each solved riddle, their confidence in one another grew. By the time they emerged from the jungle, they were no longer just a team. They were a family, bound together by shared trials and unwavering trust. As they gazed ahead at the path leading to the Ender Crystals, they did so with newfound conviction, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, secure in the knowledge that they could overcome anything as long as they stood together. Chapter 16: Shadows of the Ender King. The air grew palpably colder as the group ventured deeper into the twisted heart of the dark forest, their torchlight casting eerie, shifting shadows among the towering trees. Steve led the way, his pickaxe in hand, ready to defend the team from any lurking threats. The forest's silence was deafening, punctuated only by the occasional distant hoot of an owl or the rustling of leaves underfoot. But it was a different sound that sent a shiver down their spines, an eerie whisper, like the faintest of winds murmuring secrets. Olivia clenched her fists, her enchanting skills at the ready. "Did anyone else hear that?" she asked, her voice trembling. Maya, usually stoic, shifted nervously, her eyes scanning the darkness. "It's not just a forest, is it? It's something else." Axel gripped his sword tightly. "We're getting closer to the Ender Crystals. It's only natural that the Ender King's influence would grow stronger." The whispers grew louder, echoing through the trees, taunting them. The group pressed forward, their determination overcoming their fear. They reached a clearing bathed in an eerie purple light, and there, they saw it, an obsidian altar with a single, pulsating ender crystal atop it. Chapter 17: The Cursed Marsh. The ender crystal stood as an ominous beacon in the heart of the dark forest, its purple glow intensifying with each step they took. But it wasn't the only source of dread they encountered. As they approached, the ground gave way to a murky, cursed marsh. Sinister vines coiled around the trees, and ominous, ghostly figures moved beneath the water's surface. The very air seemed to drain their strength. Alex gingerly stepped forward, and the marsh seemed to come alive. Vines snaked up from the water, grasping at their legs, pulling them down into the muck. Desperation set in as they struggled to free themselves. "Stay close!" Steve shouted, hacking at the vines with his pickaxe. Maya summoned a contraption of wooden planks and pistons, creating a temporary bridge to safety. It held barely. They reached the obsidian altar, but the ender crystal's glow seemed to mock them, and the whispers grew louder. It was as if the marsh itself conspired to prevent them from claiming their prize. Chapter 18. The Maze of Shadows. The obsidian altar was just the beginning. To reach the next ender crystal, they had to traverse a maze, hidden within the dark forest. But this was no ordinary maze. It was the Maze of Shadows, an intricate labyrinth of obsidian walls that seemed to shift and change with every step. Navigating the maze was a mind-bending challenge. Olivia's enchantments were of little use here, and Axel's brawn couldn't break through the obsidian walls. Maya's redstone skills were put to the test as she rigged pressure plates and traps, trying to decipher the maze's hidden patterns. Time seemed to warp inside the maze, and the whispers of the Ender King's presence grew louder. Doubts and fears surfaced as they struggled to find their way. Would they ever escape this nightmarish puzzle? Chapter 19. The Ender King's Minions. After what felt like an eternity, the group emerged from the maze of shadows, their resolve unbroken. They found themselves in a hauntingly beautiful underground cavern, filled with glowing crystals and strange, luminescent flora. But the beauty was deceptive. The cavern was inhabited by the Ender King's minions, Endermen, clad in dark armor and wielding obsidian swords. The battle that ensued was intense and relentless. Axel, Steve, and Maya fought valiantly, but the Endermen seemed inexhaustible. Olivia unleashed her enchantments, creating protective barriers and weakening the Endermen's defenses. Alex's bow skills proved invaluable as they targeted the Endermen's glowing purple eyes. The battle raged on, the group pushing themselves to the limit. As the last Enderman fell, the cavern echoed with their triumphant cheers, but they knew that the Ender King still lurked nearby. Chapter 20. The Final Confrontation. The cavern's walls seemed to close in as the group approached the heart of the labyrinthine underground. There, on a towering obsidian throne, sat the Ender King, a monstrous, otherworldly being with glowing purple eyes and a crown made of ender crystals. The whispers that had haunted them throughout their journey now formed a cacophonous chorus, a maddening chant that threatened to break their resolve. But they stood firm, their determination unwavering. With a deafening roar, the Ender King descended from his throne, obsidian wings unfurling. The battle that followed was a clash of titans, a dance of sword strikes and magical blasts. The Ender King's power was immense, but so was the group's unity and resolve. As the battle raged on, the Ender King's power began to wane. The ender crystals atop his crown flickered, their glow dimming. With one final, desperate surge, the group unleashed the power of the ender crystals they had gathered, forming a protective barrier that entrapped the Ender King. The Ender King let out a haunting scream as he was sealed away, his power diminished. The whispers faded into silence, and the group emerged victorious but weary, their quest for the ender crystals nearing its end. With each step they took, the looming threat of the Ender King became a memory, but the knowledge that the final ender crystal awaited them filled them with a mixture of hope and trepidation. The most challenging part of their journey was yet to come. Chapter 21. The Ender Realm's Gate. The ender crystals now pulsated with an intensity that could only mean one thing. They were at the entrance to the Ender Realm itself. The obsidian gateway loomed before them, an ominous portal crackling with dark energy. Alex approached the portal, their hand trembling as they placed the ender crystals in the designated slots. As each crystal locked into place, the gateway surged with energy, its surface rippling like a dark, foreboding liquid. The moment of truth, Olivia whispered, her voice barely audible over the portal's ominous hum. The team gathered around, their hearts pounding, as Alex reached out and activated the portal. It erupted with a blinding flash, and the world around them distorted and twisted. They stepped through the gateway and into a realm unlike any they had ever seen. Chapter 22: The Ender Realm's Majesty. The Ender Realm was a surreal, otherworldly landscape, a realm of floating islands, shimmering crystals, and an endless starry sky. It was a world of impossibilities, where gravity seemed to bend at will, and the very fabric of reality was a puzzle. The group marveled at their surroundings, but there was no time for wonder. The Ender King was still out there, his power undiminished, waiting for them. As they ventured deeper into the Ender Realm, they encountered bizarre creatures, some hostile, others indifferent to their presence. They solved puzzles that defied logic and navigated through intricate mazes suspended in the air. All the while, the Ender crystals they had collected radiated with energy, resonating with the heart of the Ender Realm. Chapter 23: The Ender King's Lair. Their journey through the Ender Realm brought them to the heart of the Twisted Dimension, a colossal floating fortress made of obsidian and adorned with Ender crystals. This was the Ender King's lair, and it emanated an aura of malevolence. In the heart of the fortress, they found the Ender King, his glowing eyes fixed upon them. His voice reverberated through the obsidian halls, filled with a haunting echo. "You have come a long way, brave travelers," the Ender King hissed. "But this is the end of your journey. I am eternal, and this realm is mine to command." The final showdown began, a battle of epic proportions, with the fate of Minecraft hanging in the balance. The Ender King summoned minions, manipulated the very walls of his fortress, and unleashed devastating attacks. But the group fought back with everything they had. Olivia's enchantments protected them from the Ender King's dark magic, Axel's sword struck true, and Maya's redstone inventions created openings in the obsidian fortress. Steve mined Ender crystals from the walls, weakening the Ender King's power. Chapter 24: The Power of Unity. As the battle raged on, the Ender crystals they had collected began to resonate with the heart of the Ender Realm. They emitted a blinding light, and the group could feel their strength increasing. With a final, desperate effort, they unleashed the full power of the Ender crystals. A torrent of energy surged through them, encasing them in an ethereal glow. The Ender King howled in agony as his power waned. The obsidian fortress crumbled, and the Ender King was rendered powerless. He fell to the ground, defeated and broken. As the group stood victorious, the Ender Realm itself seemed to acknowledge their triumph. The floating island stabilized, and the starry sky grew brighter. The Ender crystals, having served their purpose, dispersed into the Ender Realm, returning it to its natural state. Their quest was complete, and they had saved Minecraft from the Ender King's menace. As they exited the Ender Realm and returned to the overworld, the land around them blossomed with newfound life. With the Ender crystals gone, the Ender King sealed away, and Minecraft safe once more, they returned to their village as heroes. Their journey had forged bonds of friendship and courage that would endure long after their adventures had ended, and they knew that their world would be forever changed by their actions. And so the tale of the quest for the Ender crystals came to a close, a testament to the power of unity, bravery, and the enduring spirit of exploration in the world of Minecraft. Epilogue: Beyond the Blocks. The sun dipped low on the horizon, casting a warm, golden glow over the quaint village where it all began. A gentle breeze rustled through the leaves of the oak trees, and the distant hum of villagers bustling about their daily lives filled the air. It had been months since the team of adventurers had returned from their perilous journey to the Inner Realm, and their village had flourished in their absence. Alex stood on the wooden bridge that spanned a bubbling stream, staring out at the familiar landscape. They had changed since that fateful day when the old traveler had arrived with tales of ender crystals and the Ender Realm. The weight of responsibility had molded them into a leader, a protector of their home, and a symbol of hope for those around them. Beside them, Steve was hard at work, meticulously carving out a new tunnel into the mountainside. His expertise in mining had been put to good use, and the village had benefited from a steady influx of valuable resources. He had even discovered a network of caverns that would one day become a thriving underground community. Olivia had established herself as the village's resident enchanter and potion master. Her small cottage was a bustling hub of activity, as villagers sought her expertise to imbue their tools with magical properties or brew elixirs to cure their ailments. She had a contented smile on her face as she mixed ingredients, and her workshop was a haven for budding engineers. As the days passed, the bonds between the team and the villagers deepened. They shared stories of their adventures by the warmth of the campfire, and the villagers looked up to them with admiration and gratitude. The Ender crystals, once a distant legend, had become a symbol of unity and the power of collective effort. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a kaleidoscope of colors across the sky, Alex called a meeting at the village square. Villagers of all ages gathered, their faces filled with anticipation. Alex took the stage, the ender crystals glistening in their hand. "We've seen what we can achieve when we work together," Alex began, their voice steady and resolute. "The ender crystals saved our world, but they also taught us that our strength lies in unity. As guardians of these crystals, we promise to protect this village and all who call it home." A cheer erupted from the crowd, and the team of adventurers stood shoulder to shoulder, holding the crystals aloft. The villagers knew that, no matter what challenges lay ahead, they had champions who would stand by their side. As the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, a sense of peace settled over the village. But in the distance, beyond the lush forests and rolling hills, there was a hint of mystery. Rumors whispered of uncharted lands and undiscovered realms, and a spark of curiosity ignited in the adventurers' eyes. The future was uncertain, but one thing was clear: their adventures were far from over. And as the villagers returned to their homes, they knew that with heroes like Alex, Steve, Olivia, Axel, and Maya among them, they were prepared for whatever challenges and adventures lay ahead in the boundless world of Minecraft.